Welcome back, beautiful people, to another terrible unboxing courtesy of... On today's episode of Trey the Terrible Collector, we are going to be continuing the Battle Brigade series. It started off really rocky with a Colossus figure that was absolutely terrible and a video that just didn't work out while I was doing it. We then followed up with the Beast figure, which I had mixed feelings about when I opened it. I felt like it came with too much crap. But then as I started to play with it and look at the figure and see how everything worked together, I started to have different feelings about it. So we're continuing the series today. There are technically only 5 figures in this series. Only one of them is a brand new character. Today, we are going to be unboxing Archangel. So Archangel and I have a little bit of a history. Way back in Series 1, this was the Archangel that I opened, and I took him out of the box, and I said, wow, I can't believe that I'm opening up this 30-year-old figure, and I'm getting to play with it for the first time as if it was brand new. And I held it in my hands, and I flapped his wings, and the left wing fell off, and it never fucking worked again. And it was just broken, and that sucked, and it made me sad. But I never bought a new one, because I had hundreds more that I was going to buy. And I just kind of let him exist the way that he was, and he would lean up against other figures because he doesn't stand up very well because he's balanced funny. And then I bought this one, which was the second version. This came out, I think, a year later. Obviously the same figure, just with silver wings instead of white. I did not buy this brand new. I bought it at a toy swap, and I was like, man, this is really cool. I love it. But then I realized that the missile was missing, and I hated it again. So starting off, not so great. We've got our 2 Archangel figures. They're not only broken, they're some of those early figures really popped, and some of them really didn't, and this one just doesn't do it for me. As time went on, we got our 3rd Archangel figure. I have mixed feelings about this because, first of all, I think this is like the best archetype body. He's got knees and elbows that bend. His hands are just open and kind of exist. And he's got like a superhero body. He's stacked. It is a great starter body. The action that he features is, if you flip his wings back, you can see little, I don't know, little doodads pop out of his back when you squeeze him, and his back is just, or his wings are just like soft rubber, so when you squeeze it, the wings flap. It's subtle. It's very cool. The head on this one is ridiculous. It reminds me of those early 90s depictions of Archangel where he was like super playboy, like you really wanted him to look like a famous actor or something. He's like rich and he's got this like luxurious hair, and he's like, he looks exactly like he's supposed to, but the way that he looks is ridiculous. I brought out a couple of other figures because this one was in the Marvel or the X-Men Strike Force box set. If you watched the Secret Wars or Secret Invasion show with Nick Fury, this was the other old guy that was hanging out with him. I never read this comic. I'm catching up, but I never read this one. I tended to read X-Men classics because they were cheap and in gas stations and in drugstores, and you didn't have to have a subscription or anything. You could just go to any drugstore and pick up a classics, and they were cheap. So in the mainline X-Men universe, there was like this character, whatever, but it's the same body type. And if you flip up his cape, you can see that he's still got all the mechanics necessary to have wings that flap, but obviously they don't. The reason that I have this Quicksilver out is because I was looking at this Archangel, and I noticed that it's the same head, but this figure has the top of his hair cut off and changed to new hair. So we're going to go ahead and unbox this. We've talked a whole lot. There are two variants of the same exact figure, but both of these variants are very similar to the one we've already opened. So our first one is going to be the blue suit. He's in a blue and white. It's like a soft, almost a baby blue color. He's got the halo up on his chest. His elbow looks a little funny, so we're not going to put too much effort on that. But this character, or this version of this toy, is really good looking to me. I think that this is just great. His hair is a little ridiculous, but his face is very serious. He's got like the eye makeup almost on his eyes. He looks moody. He looks like Harpoon took his wings and Apocalypse changed him into a monster, and he just looks pissed. Whereas this one just looks like he wants to spend a whole lot of money. The blue and the red suits made an appearance in the late 90s and started showing up again, but they are the ones that he was originally shown in. So this one right here, this red suit, I believe, is the suit that he was in before he joined the X-Men. He had a brief stint as a hero known as the Avenging Angel. He was a solo superhero. He would fly around, and he had a gas gun. And Professor X made him use it. He's like, you can't use a gas gun. You have wings. You're whatever. You're not living up to your mutant potential. And then he gave him like a stick that he used on the cover of the first X-Men issue. As far as these versions of the characters go, his head is a little small proportionately. It makes him look a little more stacked than I think that he should be, but it's a great archetype for a body. I think that he just looks really solid, really, really solid. It's hard for me to say which one of these is the best. When we opened that Fallen figure, the Archangel with the big leathery reptile wings, that was really freaking cool. What I think these ones all miss out on is just how dynamic and huge his wings are supposed to look when they're metal. They're good enough. They look really nice. It's obviously the sort of thing that's just going to get better over time as Toy Biz and then later on Hasbro take over the series. They're only going to get better over time, but all three of these Archangels are really nice looking. I think if I had to pick a favorite, it would be the red suit, but there's not a bad one in the whole bunch. It does start to speak to how much of the stuff is being reused at this point. A lot of recycling going on. Like this character right here is Archangel's body and Strife's head, and you see a lot of that as they start to move on in the line. But this one came together into something really cool. So it was a previous Archangel's body and Quicksilver's head and a little, I don't know, little hair thing on top, and there you go. At this point, I'm sure eventually I will get Archangels to replace these first two, but these three really make up for it right now. Cool. So thanks for opening these up with me. I really appreciate it. The Battle Brigade line started rough. It's taken a turn and seems to be going really well. On the next episode, we're going to be unboxing both of the last two figures that are in the line. And the reason for that is because I feel like it. And if when we do get there, you'll see one of them's in a 2-pack, and I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, there we are. Thank you so much for tuning in. I super appreciate sharing all of these things with you, and I'm glad that you guys take the time to do this. As always, please remember to like and subscribe and tell your friends if you think they would like to watch an old dude open old toys. This is the show for them. It's been wonderful sharing all this with you. Y'all are wonderful. I have been terrible, and we will see you again very, very soon.